Overcome fear by letting go of what doesn't belong to you. Introduction. What are you afraid of losing when nothing in the world actually belongs to you? We spend so much of our lives tethered to things, people and identities, believing they define us, keep us secure, or even give our lives meaning. But in reality, these attachments often feed our fears, creating invisible chains that weigh us down. Imagine if you could release these chains, the fears that come from holding on too tightly to what was never truly yours. Imagine finding a place within yourself where calm, confidence and resilience live, a place untouched by the constant worry of loss. In this journey, we'll explore the hidden roots of our fears and the surprising freedom we gain when we learn to let go. This isn't about detachment from life, but about releasing the need to control it, freeing ourselves from the beliefs and expectations that no longer serve us. With every step, we'll dive deeper into understanding how to identify what truly belongs to you, and more importantly, what doesn't. Let's begin the powerful journey of overcoming fear by letting go, discovering a life grounded in true inner strength and fearless purpose. Chapter 1. Understanding the Roots of Fear. Fear is a natural and universal part of being human. It's something we all experience, and it even serves an important purpose in our lives. Fear can act as a warning system, alerting us to possible danger and encouraging us to protect ourselves. For instance, the fear of heights keeps us from standing too close to an edge, and the fear of fire prevents us from getting burned. In this way, fear can be protective, helping us to stay safe. However, not all fears are rooted in real, immediate threats. In fact, many of the fears that hold us back and limit our lives have little to do with actual danger. These fears often come from sources outside ourselves, expectations, judgments, and assumptions placed on us by society, family, friends, and even strangers. Often these types of fears begin when we feel pressured to conform to a certain image or to live up to specific standards. We might fear being judged for our choices, worry about not meeting others' expectations, or feel anxious about standing out or failing. These fears can become powerful barriers that prevent us from expressing our true selves and pursuing what genuinely fulfills us. Instead of acting freely, we might hold ourselves back, trying to avoid disapproval or rejection. To begin the journey of releasing fear, it's important to start with awareness. This involves recognizing the source of each fear we face. Take a moment to consider a specific fear you are dealing with right now. Ask yourself a few questions. Is this fear protecting me from something dangerous, or is it tied to a need for acceptance or validation? Does this fear come from within, like a genuine concern about my well-being, or does it seem to be connected to something or someone outside of me, like others' opinions or societal pressures? When we reflect in this way, we often discover that much of our fear doesn't originate within us, but instead comes from the desire to be seen a certain way by others. This realization is incredibly freeing because it shows us that these fears don't necessarily reflect our true needs or desires. They are, in a sense, borrowed from others and can be returned just as easily. When we realize that much of our fear is based on external expectations, what others think or what we think others expect, we've taken the first step in setting ourselves free. By becoming aware of these influences, we empower ourselves to start letting go of the fears that don't truly belong to us, creating space for our authentic selves to emerge and thrive. Chapter 2. Identifying what doesn't belong to you. In life, we tend to accumulate many things, possessions, beliefs, roles, expectations, and relationships. Some of these things truly enrich our lives, helping us grow, feel supported, and find joy. But not everything we carry serves us. Some of these things are like extra weight we unknowingly add to our load, making our journey through life heavier and more difficult than it needs to be. To overcome fear, we must first learn to identify and let go of what doesn't belong to us. By doing so, we can strip away the layers that obscure our true selves and diminish unnecessary fears. Imagine that you're carrying a heavy backpack. Inside it you find objects representing the various things you hold on to. Some are things that bring comfort, while others feel burdensome. Now, imagine that many of these objects were placed there by other people, society, family, friends, or even your own past experiences. When you look closely, you realize that not everything in the backpack is essential to who you are today. Some objects represent ideas or expectations that others imposed upon you, yet you've continued carrying them without question. In the same way, not everything in our lives truly belongs to us. We often carry beliefs and attachments that come from other people's values, opinions, or dreams for us. For example, we might believe that success looks like a high-paying job, even if we yearn for a simpler life, or we might feel obligated to keep certain relationships out of guilt, even if they bring us more stress than joy. These attachments can lead to fears that are not genuinely ours. They're fears tied to expectations and ideals we didn't choose, but somehow feel compelled to fulfill. Take a moment to examine your own life. Consider the roles you play, the beliefs you hold, and the expectations you feel you must meet. Ask yourself, which of these are truly mine? Which ones align with my core values? And which ones seem to come from external sources? Are you trying to live up to an image that someone else created for you? Often, when we take a closer look, we find that some of our fears are tied to the idea of letting others down or falling short of societal standards, not because they reflect who we are, but because we've absorbed them as if they were our own. The act of identifying what doesn't belong to us is powerful because it allows us to sift through our lives and decide what we truly want to carry forward. By releasing these attachments, we start to shed unnecessary fears and open up space for our authentic self to grow and flourish. We can finally make room for our own desires, dreams, and values to take priority. Imagine the lightness you could feel if you released all the burdens that aren't genuinely yours. This process is not always easy, as it often means challenging long-held beliefs or stepping away from certain expectations, but it's one of the most liberating steps you can take. As you continue on this journey, remind yourself that it's okay to let go of what doesn't serve you. Not every fear, belief, or expectation deserves to stay in your life. By identifying what truly belongs to you, you empower yourself to live a life that reflects your values, hopes, and dreams, rather than one built upon the ideas and expectations of others. Letting go of these attachments isn't about losing something. It's about gaining freedom from unnecessary burdens and finding clarity, courage, and a deeper connection to yourself. Chapter 3. The Power of Letting Go. Letting go is one of the most transformative acts we can undertake in our journey to overcome fear and find inner peace. Yet, for many, the idea of letting go feels frightening, as though releasing something familiar will leave us feeling empty or lost. We cling to habits, relationships, beliefs, and roles, thinking they define us or keep us secure. But in truth, holding on too tightly to these things can create a cycle of fear, where our sense of identity and security becomes trapped within them. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or abandoning all we have. It means choosing to release the burdens that no longer serve us, so we can step into a life of freedom and true self-expression. Letting go can start with small steps. Consider it as clearing a garden. When we garden, we remove weeds and dead plants to make room for new growth. Similarly, when we let go of what's unnecessary in our lives, we create space for new opportunities, healthier relationships, and peace. Holding on to things that no longer serve us is like letting weeds crowd our inner garden. They drain our energy, attention, and joy, leaving little room for the things we truly want to cultivate. Think about what you might be holding on to right now. Is it a past experience that still haunts you? A belief that you're not good enough? A habit of comparing yourself to others? Often these attachments create a sense of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of judgment. For example, we might be so focused on proving our worth to others that we fear trying new things or embracing change, worried we'll fall short. This clinging keeps us trapped in a cycle where we can't fully embrace the present or plan for the future without fear. When we choose to let go, we're not dismissing our past or the challenges we've faced. Instead, we're choosing to release the grip these experiences have on us. Imagine it's like dropping a heavy suitcase you've been carrying for years. Once you set it down, you feel a sense of relief and newfound lightness. Letting go allows us to look forward, unburdened by old fears and attachments. It doesn't mean we forget our past, but rather that we allow ourselves to grow from it and move beyond the parts that no longer help us. To begin letting go, try to focus on acceptance. Acceptance is a powerful practice that enables us to acknowledge our experiences, emotions, and the people in our lives without judgment or attachment. When we accept our past or our current circumstances for what they are, we can then decide to release any attachments that no longer align with our goals and values. Letting go isn't about pushing things away or ignoring them. It's about embracing reality and choosing not to hold on to what brings us down. A practical way to start letting go is through forgiveness. This doesn't mean condoning everything that's happened or saying that everything was okay. Instead, it means releasing resentment or anger that may be weighing on you. Forgiving yourself and others allows you to be free from the emotional chains that can fuel fear. Forgiveness gives you the freedom to heal and to see things as they truly are, opening the door to a future built on peace rather than pain. Another way to support the process of letting go is by developing trust in yourself and the journey. Life is unpredictable, and we may never have total control over what happens. By trusting that we can handle whatever comes our way, we let go of the need to control every detail or outcome. Embracing uncertainty with trust helps diminish the fear of the unknown, allowing us to live more fully in each moment. Remember, letting go is a process, not a one-time decision. Some things may take more time to release than others, and that's okay. With each step, no matter how small, we free ourselves a little more, creating room for a life that truly reflects who we are. Letting go is an act of self-compassion and empowerment. Each time we release an old fear, habit, or expectation, we are one step closer to inner peace, self-discovery, and lasting fulfillment. Embrace the power of letting go and experience the profound lightness that follows. Chapter 4. Cultivating Self-Awareness and Inner Peace. Self-awareness is a powerful tool in overcoming fear. When we take the time to truly understand ourselves, our values, desires, strengths, and even our weaknesses, we become less vulnerable to fears that arise from outside influences. Self-awareness helps us see ourselves clearly, beyond the roles we play, the expectations of others, and the fears that can cloud our judgment. When we know who we are at our core, we build a stable foundation that fear struggles to shake. To cultivate self-awareness, we must first commit to honest self-reflection. This can be challenging, as it requires looking inward and examining our motivations, our behaviors, and even the parts of ourselves that we may not be entirely comfortable with. But this process is essential. Through self-reflection, we start to understand where our fears truly come from and why certain situations trigger us. Are we afraid of failure because we truly believe it would be harmful, or is it because we fear judgment? Are we scared to pursue a dream because it's not possible, or because we worry we won't live up to others' expectations? One effective way to deepen self-awareness is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing our full attention to the present moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to pause, breathe deeply, and notice what's happening within. By observing our thoughts and feelings as they arise, we can recognize patterns of fear, worry, or insecurity, and start to understand what triggers them. This awareness gives us the power to choose how we respond, rather than simply reacting out of habit. Journaling is another powerful tool for cultivating self-awareness. By putting our thoughts and feelings into words, we gain clarity on what's happening within us. Try taking just a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts, fears, and hopes. Over time, you'll notice patterns and gain insights into the underlying causes of your fears. Journaling helps to bring subconscious thoughts to the surface, allowing you to confront and understand them in a safe, private space. As you write, you might discover that certain fears no longer seem as powerful or daunting as they once did. In addition to mindfulness and journaling, it's also helpful to cultivate a daily practice of checking in with yourself. This can be as simple as asking yourself, "How am I feeling right now?" or "What do I need today?" Such questions remind you to turn inward, focusing on your needs and inner state rather than external demands. When we regularly check in with ourselves, we become more in tune with what we truly need to feel balanced and fulfilled. This inner harmony fosters a natural sense of peace that can counteract fear and anxiety. As we grow in self-awareness, we also begin to experience a deeper sense of inner peace. Inner peace is a state of mind where we feel content, stable, and at ease, regardless of what's happening around us. When we are aware of our true values and priorities, we stop being pulled in different directions by the demands and expectations of others. Inner peace is not about avoiding challenges or difficulties. It's about developing a stable inner core that allows us to face them without being overwhelmed by fear. Self-awareness and inner peace go hand in hand. The more we understand ourselves, the more grounded and resilient we become. We stop comparing ourselves to others or measuring our worth by external standards. Instead, we begin to measure our success by how true we are to ourselves. Fear loses its grip when we know we are living in alignment with our core values. Another key aspect of inner peace is learning to accept ourselves fully, including our imperfections. Fear often arises when we feel we're not enough in some way, not successful enough, not attractive enough, not talented enough. But when we cultivate self-awareness, we start to see ourselves more compassionately. We recognize our unique strengths and acknowledge that our imperfections are part of what makes us human. By embracing ourselves as we are, we create a space for inner peace to grow. In your journey towards self-awareness and inner peace, remember to be patient with yourself. Self-discovery is a gradual process, and it's natural to encounter resistance or discomfort along the way. Be kind to yourself as you learn more about who you are, and let go of fears that no longer serve you. Over time, you'll find that self-awareness brings clarity, resilience, and a deeper sense of peace that fear cannot easily disrupt. As you embrace self-awareness, you'll find that inner peace becomes a natural part of your life. You'll face challenges with more confidence, and your decisions will reflect your true self rather than the expectations of others. By cultivating self-awareness and inner peace, you're building a life rooted in authenticity, stability, and strength. A life where fear has less and less room to take hold. Chapter 5. Embracing Change and Trusting the Journey. Change is one of the few constants in life. No matter how carefully we plan or how much we try to control our circumstances, life will always bring changes, some expected, others surprising, and often unsettling. For many, change stirs up fear and anxiety. We tend to cling to the familiar because it feels safe and predictable, even when it no longer serves us. Yet, resisting change can prevent us from experiencing growth, healing, and new opportunities. Embracing change is a crucial part of letting go of fear and living fully, and it begins with learning to trust the journey, even when we can't see where it will lead. When we fear change, it's usually because we're afraid of the unknown. We might worry about losing control or making mistakes, or we might feel uncertain about our ability to handle new challenges. These fears are natural, but they don't have to control us. Instead of seeing change as a threat, we can begin to view it as an invitation to explore new possibilities, expand our comfort zones, and become stronger, wiser versions of ourselves. Embracing change means choosing to see it as a natural part of life and growth, rather than something to be avoided. To start embracing change, it's helpful to shift our mindset from one of control to one of trust. Life will not always go according to our plans, and that's okay. Trusting the journey means believing that each experience, whether easy or difficult, has something valuable to teach us. When we trust that we are capable of adapting, we start to see change as an opportunity rather than a threat. Each change, even the ones that seem challenging at first, can lead us to a better understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Consider times in your life when unexpected changes led to positive outcomes. Perhaps you took a new job, moved to a different city, or ended a relationship that no longer served you. Initially, these changes might have felt unsettling or even frightening, but over time they opened doors you hadn't anticipated. Reflecting on these experiences can remind you that change often brings growth and new beginnings. When we look back, we often see that many of our fears were unfounded, and that the journey, even with its twists and turns, ultimately led us to something meaningful. Embracing change also involves letting go of the need for certainty. In reality, certainty is often an illusion. We cannot predict the future, and we cannot control every outcome. When we try to cling to certainty, we often end up feeling anxious and fearful, as if we're trying to hold back a river. Instead, by letting go of the need to control every detail, we free ourselves to flow with life. Trusting the journey means accepting that while we can make choices and set intentions, we don't have to know every step in advance. Life unfolds in its own way and in its own time. Another helpful approach is to focus on small, manageable steps. Change can feel overwhelming if we try to tackle everything at once, but when we break down the process into smaller actions, it becomes more approachable. For example, if you're facing a big life change like starting a new job or moving to a new place, focus on preparing in small ways, such as organizing your space, researching the area, or reaching out to new contacts. Taking these small steps builds confidence and reduces fear, helping you ease into the transition rather than feeling overwhelmed by it. It's also essential to be kind and patient with yourself as you navigate change. Remember that adapting to new situations takes time, and it's normal to feel uncertain or even scared. Practicing self-compassion during times of change allows us to accept our feelings without judgment. When we're kind to ourselves, we can better manage our fears and keep moving forward, even if progress feels slow. Each small step, each small act of courage is a victory worth celebrating. Trusting the journey also means allowing yourself to let go of expectations. Often our fears come from trying to fit change into a specific picture of how things should be. We may think, "This isn't what I planned, why?" or "This isn't how things are supposed to turn out." But when we release rigid expectations, we open ourselves to unexpected blessings. Life's greatest experiences often happen when we allow ourselves to go with the flow and stay open to new possibilities. Remember that every change is an opportunity for growth. Even the most challenging transitions bring lessons that shape us in meaningful ways. Sometimes it's the difficult changes, the ones we didn't ask for, that teach us the most about our resilience, our values, and our strength. We learn to adapt, to find new sources of joy, and to discover capabilities we never knew we had. By embracing change, we discover that we are capable of far more than we realized. Embracing change and trusting the journey is about surrendering to life's natural rhythms and believing that each moment, each experience, has a purpose. When we let go of the need for complete control and certainty, we find freedom. We release the grip of fear and open ourselves to growth, resilience, and the beauty of what's yet to come. Change is not something to fear. It's an invitation to evolve. By embracing this invitation, we allow ourselves to live more fully, to be more present, and to trust that everything we need for the journey is already within us. Chapter 6. Building Resilience and Reclaiming Personal Power. Resilience is the strength within us that allows us to adapt, bounce back, and grow stronger from life's challenges. It's our inner capacity to keep going, even when things feel tough, uncertain, or overwhelming. Building resilience is crucial in overcoming fear because it gives us the tools to face adversity with confidence. When we're resilient, we become less afraid of setbacks or obstacles, and instead, we start to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Resilience is what empowers us to reclaim our personal power, to take control of our lives and act according to our values, rather than letting fear hold us back. To start building resilience, we must first acknowledge that resilience doesn't mean avoiding challenges or difficulties. Instead, resilience is about how we respond to them. People who are resilient aren't immune to pain or struggle. They simply choose to rise above them. They've learned that every setback is temporary and that each hardship brings a chance to learn something new. By viewing challenges this way, resilient people gain the strength to face whatever life throws their way without letting fear take over. One powerful way to build resilience is by practicing positive reframing. This means training ourselves to look for the silver linings in difficult situations. Positive reframing isn't about ignoring or downplaying struggles. It's about choosing to see them from a different angle. When we face a challenge, we can ask ourselves, What can I learn from this? Or how can this experience help me grow? This shift in perspective helps us see that challenges are often opportunities in disguise. By viewing difficulties as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, we reduce fear and become more open to taking risks. Another key to resilience is adaptability. Life is constantly changing, and the ability to adapt to new circumstances is essential for facing fear. When we resist change or cling to rigid plans, we make ourselves more vulnerable to fear and disappointment. But when we embrace flexibility and learn to go with the flow, we become more resilient. Adaptability allows us to navigate life's twists and turns with greater ease, reducing our fear of the unknown. The more we practice adapting to new situations, the more confident we become in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. Building a strong support network is also vital for resilience. Humans are social beings, and we're not meant to face life's challenges alone. Having friends, family, or mentors to lean on during tough times can make a significant difference in our resilience. A supportive network provides encouragement, advice, and sometimes just a listening ear. When we feel supported, we're more likely to take risks and face fears because we know we're not alone. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in your potential, and who remind you of your strength. In times of fear or uncertainty, their support can be a source of strength and motivation. Resilience is also built by setting and achieving small goals. Each time we overcome a challenge, no matter how small, we grow stronger. Setting small, achievable goals helps us build confidence and develop a track record of success. For instance, if you're facing a fear of public speaking, start with a small goal, perhaps speaking up in a small group or volunteering to lead a team meeting. As you accomplish each step, you'll gain confidence, making the next step feel more manageable. Over time, you'll find that challenges that once seemed overwhelming become less intimidating, and your sense of resilience grows. Another essential aspect of reclaiming personal power is learning to manage our inner dialogue. Our thoughts have a profound impact on our resilience and our ability to face fear. Negative self-talk, such as "I can't handle this" or "I'm not strong enough," can weaken our resilience and feed our fears. Instead, practice empowering self-talk by reminding yourself of your strengths and past accomplishments. Replace limiting beliefs with affirmations like "I am capable," "I am resilient," and "I have handled difficult situations before." By building a habit of positive self-talk, you create a mindset that supports resilience and reduces fear. It's also crucial to practice self-care as part of building resilience. Taking care of our physical, emotional, and mental well-being provides us with the energy and focus we need to face life's challenges. Regular exercise, healthy eating, adequate rest, and mindfulness practices all contribute to a stronger sense of resilience. When we're physically and mentally well, we're better equipped to face adversity and handle stress. Self-care is not selfish. It's a foundation for resilience that enables us to bring our best selves to any situation. In the journey of reclaiming personal power, we must also learn to let go of perfectionism. Fear often stems from a desire to be perfect or from worrying about others' opinions. But perfectionism is an illusion that keeps us feeling stuck and afraid to take risks. True resilience involves embracing our imperfections and allowing ourselves to make mistakes. When we accept that we're human and that mistakes are part of learning, we empower ourselves to move forward without fear. Each experience, even those that don't go perfectly, contributes to our growth and resilience. Building resilience and reclaiming personal power is about learning to trust in our own abilities. It's about knowing that no matter what life throws at us, we have the strength to endure and adapt. Every small victory, every challenge faced, and every fear overcome adds to our inner strength. When we reclaim our personal power, we shift from living reactively, letting life happen to us, to living proactively, shaping our own path. We stop letting fear dictate our choices and start making decisions that reflect our true selves. As you build resilience, remember that it's a journey. There will be times when you feel strong and times when you feel vulnerable, and that's okay. Resilience is not about never falling down. It's about knowing you have the strength to get back up each time. With each step forward, you reclaim more of your personal power, creating a life that aligns with your values, dreams, and purpose. Embrace resilience as a lifelong practice, and trust that each challenge is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more fearless. Chapter 7. Creating a life free from fear. Imagine living a life where fear no longer holds you back, a life where you are free to pursue your dreams, express yourself authentically, and make decisions based on your true values rather than the expectations or judgments of others. Creating a life free from fear isn't about eliminating every ounce of fear. Rather, it's about learning how to manage and rise above it. When we stop allowing fear to dictate our choices, we open the door to a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and joy. One of the first steps in creating a fearless life is defining what that life looks like for you. Fear can sometimes blur our vision, making it difficult to know what we truly want. Take a moment to think about what a fearless life would mean to you. Perhaps it's the courage to pursue a career that aligns with your passions, to cultivate relationships that support your well-being, or to set personal goals that reflect your deepest desires. Begin by setting clear intentions for yourself, visualizing a life where fear has no power over your choices. Write down your vision in as much detail as possible. This is not only an empowering exercise, but a reminder of the life you're capable of creating. Creating a fearless life also involves surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people, environments, and messages we expose ourselves to have a powerful impact on our mindset. Seek out friends, mentors, or communities that uplift and encourage you to pursue your goals fearlessly. When we are around people who believe in us, their energy and support can remind us that our dreams are possible. Just as importantly, reduce exposure to negativity, whether from people, social media, or news sources, that feeds your fears or reinforces limiting beliefs. Curate a life that's aligned with growth, optimism, and encouragement. Another essential aspect of creating a life free from fear is to practice gratitude daily. Fear often arises from a place of scarcity, the belief that we don't have enough or aren't enough. Practicing gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, fostering a mindset of abundance. By making gratitude a daily habit, we create a foundation of peace and appreciation that weakens the power of fear. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for, from the big achievements to the small, everyday blessings. Gratitude helps us feel grounded and secure, lessening the grip of fear and inviting more positivity into our lives. Creating a fearless life also requires the courage to take calculated risks. Fear often discourages us from stepping out of our comfort zones, keeping us confined to familiar routines and limiting our potential. But the life you want to live exists beyond your comfort zone. Consider the small, meaningful steps you could take toward your goals. even if they feel a bit uncomfortable. Whether it's applying for a new job, expressing yourself more openly, or pursuing a passion project, each step you take outside of your comfort zone builds confidence. Risk doesn't have to be reckless. It can be thoughtful, planned, and empowering. Remember, each step, no matter how small, is a victory over fear. Learning to practice acceptance is also crucial in a fearless life. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means recognizing that we can't control everything and choosing to be at peace with that fact. By accepting that life will bring ups and downs, successes and setbacks, we free ourselves from the fear of things not going perfectly. Embrace imperfection and uncertainty as natural parts of life. When we stop trying to control every outcome, we feel lighter, more adaptable, and ultimately more courageous. Acceptance is a form of resilience that allows us to face each day with trust and confidence rather than fear and anxiety. Creating a life free from fear also means embracing self-love and self-compassion. Fear often stems from a place of self-doubt and self-criticism, but when we practice kindness toward ourselves, we weaken fear's hold over us. Commit to speaking to yourself with love, encouragement, and respect. When you make a mistake or experience a setback, remind yourself that growth is part of the journey and that you are worthy of your goals and dreams. Self-love provides a strong foundation of inner security, making us less reliant on external validation and less vulnerable to fear. Developing a habit of mindful living also supports a life free from fear. Mindfulness helps us stay present, grounding us in the moment instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. When fear arises, mindfulness allows us to observe it without judgment, acknowledging its presence without letting it control us. Practice mindfulness by taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breath, observe your surroundings, or simply sit in silence. This habit strengthens your awareness and helps you respond to life's challenges with calm and clarity, rather than reacting out of fear. Remember that creating a life free from fear is a lifelong journey. Fear may still appear from time to time, especially during moments of change or uncertainty, but each time you recognize and overcome it, you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small. Every time you choose courage over fear, you reclaim more of your personal power. With patience and persistence, you'll find that fear gradually loses its hold on you, replaced by a profound sense of freedom and empowerment. As you move forward, trust that you have everything you need within you to create this life. Your journey will be filled with moments of courage, growth, and discovery. Embrace each step, knowing that every choice to let go of fear brings you closer to your authentic self. By living a life guided by love, purpose, and inner strength, you'll find that fear fades into the background, allowing you to create a life that is truly your own. This is the life you've been waiting for, a life where you are free to live fully, love deeply, and pursue your dreams with an open heart. The power is within you, and the time is now. Chapter 8. Sustaining a Life of Fearlessness. Creating a life free from fear is a powerful achievement, but sustaining it requires dedication and a commitment to continuous growth. A fearless life isn't about never feeling fear. It's about learning to face fear calmly, manage it skillfully, and prevent it from controlling your decisions. Sustaining a life of fearlessness involves cultivating habits, mindsets, and practices that allow you to remain grounded, resilient, and empowered even when fear arises. To begin, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of ongoing self-reflection. Fearlessness is not a destination, but a journey, and regular self-reflection helps us stay aware of our fears, goals, and progress. Set aside time each week to reflect on your experiences, assessing where fear may have crept in and how you handled it. Ask yourself questions like, what fears did I face this week and how did I respond? Or, in what ways did I step out of my comfort zone? By keeping track of your growth, you remain accountable to yourself and can celebrate the small victories that add up to big transformations. Another key element of sustaining a fearless life is staying connected to your purpose. Purpose acts as a guiding light, reminding you why you've chosen this path and motivating you to keep moving forward even when challenges arise. Take time to revisit your core values and dreams regularly, adjusting them as needed. Ask yourself, does my current path align with my purpose? Or am I investing my time and energy into what truly matters to me? By staying true to your purpose, you ensure that fear doesn't distract you from the life you're committed to creating. Building a strong support network remains invaluable in sustaining a fearless life. Connect with people who inspire, challenge, and encourage you. Share your goals and fears openly with trusted friends, family members, or mentors, and allow them to support you on your journey. You don't have to face every challenge alone. The people who care about you can offer fresh perspectives, insights, and encouragement. Regularly engaging with your support network helps you stay motivated, gives you a safe space to process challenges, and reminds you that you're never alone. Developing a habit of continuous learning is another important part of sustaining a fearless life. The world is constantly changing, and the more we learn, the better equipped we are to face new challenges with confidence. Embrace a curious mindset, seeking out new ideas, skills, and knowledge that help you grow. Whether through books, courses, workshops, or conversations with others, continuous learning strengthens your resilience and adaptability. When we stay open to growth and new perspectives, fear has less room to take hold, as we're constantly expanding our capacity to navigate the unknown. Equally important is practicing gratitude and positive affirmations daily. Fear often creeps in when we focus on what we lack, rather than what we already have. By focusing on gratitude, you create a mindset of abundance and reduce the power of fear. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the things, people, and experiences you're grateful for. Practice positive affirmations like, I am capable of handling whatever comes my way, or I choose courage over fear. These small yet powerful habits reinforce a fearless mindset, building up your inner strength and confidence over time. Mindfulness continues to play a critical role in maintaining a life of fearlessness. By remaining present, we can observe our fears without allowing them to overwhelm us. Develop a daily mindfulness practice, such as meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking a few moments to focus on your surroundings. When fear arises, mindfulness helps you stay grounded, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Over time, mindfulness strengthens your inner peace, allowing you to face challenges with clarity and calm. Another essential aspect of sustaining fearlessness is embracing flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and clinging to rigid plans can invite fear back into your life. Practice flexibility by being open to change, whether in your personal or professional life. Instead of fearing the unknown, remind yourself that life is a journey with twists and turns. When you're flexible, you're able to adapt to new circumstances without letting fear dictate your actions. Embrace the mindset that challenges are opportunities for growth, and trust that you have the resilience to handle whatever comes. Remember to celebrate your progress. It's easy to focus solely on future goals, but acknowledging your journey so far is essential. Take time to recognize your courage, your resilience, and the ways you've grown. Reflect on the fears you've overcome and the steps you've taken toward your dreams. Celebrating your progress helps reinforce your commitment to a fearless life, reminding you of your strength and potential. It also gives you the motivation to keep moving forward, knowing that each step brings you closer to a life of true fulfillment and freedom. Sustaining a life of fearlessness is about staying committed to growth, resilience, and self-empowerment. As you continue this journey, remember that fear may still appear from time to time, but it no longer has to control you. By building habits of self-reflection, purpose alignment, support, learning, gratitude, mindfulness, and flexibility, you are creating a foundation that fear cannot shake. You are nurturing a life filled with authenticity, courage, and purpose. A life where you have the strength to face any challenge and the freedom to live as your true self. Trust in your journey and remember that you are equipped with all the tools you need to sustain this life of fearlessness. Each day is an opportunity to choose courage over fear, to stay grounded in your purpose, and to create a life that reflects your highest potential. Embrace this journey with gratitude and confidence, knowing that the life you're building is truly your own. Sustaining a life of fearlessness is a gift you give yourself every day. A gift that brings you closer to a life of freedom, joy, and limitless possibility. Chapter 9. Embracing Freedom and Living Authentically. Living a life free from fear is, at its core, a life of freedom and authenticity. It's a life where we are no longer held back by doubts, insecurities, or the need for approval. Instead, we make choices that align with who we truly are, honoring our own values, dreams, and unique purpose. In this chapter, we'll explore what it means to embrace this freedom fully and how to live each day authentically, creating a life that reflects your true self. To embrace freedom, we must first redefine what success means to us personally. Society often tells us what success should look like, whether in terms of career, relationships, or lifestyle. However, true success is not about living up to others' standards. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful to you. Take time to reflect on what brings you genuine happiness, peace, and fulfillment. Ask yourself, what does a successful life look like for me? When you align with your own definition of success, you liberate yourself from the pressure to conform to others' expectations. This shift allows you to make choices that come from a place of authenticity rather than fear. Authenticity also involves being honest about your values and principles. It means having the courage to stand by what you believe in, even if it sets you apart from the crowd. When we compromise our values to fit in or avoid conflict, we betray ourselves and invite fear into our lives. By living in alignment with your values, you create a foundation of self-respect and integrity that fear cannot shake. Reflect on what you stand for, whether it's compassion, creativity, justice, or freedom, and let these values guide your actions and decisions. Living authentically is not about pleasing everyone. It's about honoring your own truth and finding peace within. Another important aspect of living fearlessly and authentically is giving yourself permission to pursue what lights you up. Many people hesitate to follow their passions because they fear judgment or failure. But when you choose to pursue what truly excites you, you tap into a well of joy and purpose that transcends fear. Whether it's a creative endeavor, a career change, or a personal project, allow yourself to follow your passions wholeheartedly. Remember, the path to an authentic life is not always conventional, and that's what makes it unique to you. Living authentically also requires us to practice vulnerability. Vulnerability is the willingness to show up as we are, to be open about our dreams, our struggles, and our imperfections. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we let go of the need to be perfect or invulnerable. Vulnerability can be scary, but it's a crucial part of building genuine connections and living freely. When we are open about who we are, we attract people who appreciate and support us for our true selves. This freedom to be vulnerable and real is one of the greatest gifts of an authentic life. As we embrace freedom, it's essential to remain open to growth and change. Authenticity is not a fixed destination. It's a journey of continuous discovery. Who you are today may evolve as you encounter new experiences and gain insights about yourself. Be open to adapting, learning, and re-evaluating your goals and beliefs as you go. Living authentically means allowing yourself the freedom to grow without clinging to a rigid identity. You're allowed to change, explore new interests, and redefine what matters to you over time. A fearless, authentic life also involves embracing joy and gratitude in the present moment. Fear often robs us of the ability to appreciate what we have right now, convincing us that we need to be or have more to be content. Embracing freedom means finding joy in the present, taking time each day to recognize and appreciate life's simple pleasures. When we live with gratitude and savor each moment, we deepen our sense of freedom and peace. This mindset not only reduces fear, but also fills our lives with a sense of abundance and wonder. Living fearlessly and authentically ultimately means accepting yourself completely. This includes acknowledging your strengths, celebrating your achievements, and embracing your imperfections. Self-acceptance liberates us from the need to prove ourselves or seek validation from others. When you accept yourself as you are, you find freedom from judgment, both from within and from others. Remember, authenticity isn't about being flawless. It's about being real. Embrace all parts of yourself, knowing that you are enough just as you are. Embracing freedom and authenticity allows us to contribute more fully to the world around us. When we live fearlessly, we inspire others to do the same. We become examples of courage and possibility, showing those around us that it's possible to live a life true to oneself. Living authentically gives you the power to make a positive impact, to contribute your unique gifts, and to bring your vision to life. Each act of courage, each choice to live authentically, ripples outward, encouraging others to step into their own freedom. As you move forward, remember that living fearlessly and authentically is an ongoing journey. Some days will feel easier than others, and that's perfectly normal. There may still be moments of doubt or hesitation, but with each step, you build a life that reflects who you truly are. You'll find that with practice, authenticity and courage become second nature, allowing you to face life's challenges with confidence and grace. This journey is yours to create. Embrace the freedom to be yourself, to explore, to grow, and to live with purpose. Know that you have the strength to face any fear that comes your way, and the wisdom to make choices that honor your truest self. A life of authenticity and freedom is a life where fear has no control, a life filled with joy, meaning, and limitless potential. Let this be your path forward, a life where you live, love, and create fearlessly, embracing the freedom that comes from being wholly, unapologetically yourself. Chapter 10. The Ongoing Journey of Courage and Fulfillment. Reaching the end of this book marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life, the ongoing journey of courage, fulfillment, and continuous growth. While you've explored practical steps to let go of fear, embrace freedom, and live authentically. The true journey continues long after this moment. Living a life of courage and fulfillment is a dynamic, ever-evolving process, one that calls for commitment, self-compassion, and a willingness to adapt as you move forward. Embracing courage isn't about eradicating fear entirely. Fear may arise from time to time. It's a part of the human experience. However, as you continue to practice the principles you've learned, you'll find that fear no longer holds the same power over you. You've developed the tools to recognize it, understand it, and respond to it with confidence and clarity. Each moment of courage reinforces your strength, allowing you to face challenges with greater resilience. Courage, after all, is a choice we make again and again, each time we step into the unknown with faith in ourselves. As you continue your journey, remember that fulfillment is found in the small moments as much as the big milestones. It's the accumulation of daily acts of courage, kindness, gratitude, and authenticity that creates a life of true meaning. Fulfillment is not an end goal. It's a state of being that you cultivate each day. Pay attention to the simple joys and the connections you build along the way. When you're present in each moment and appreciative of life's journey, you create a fulfilling life from the inside out. An important part of sustaining this journey is practicing self-compassion. There will be days when fear resurfaces or when life doesn't go as planned. During these times, be gentle with yourself. Growth is not always a straight line, and setbacks are a natural part of any meaningful journey. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend, recognizing that every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to your progress. Self-compassion allows you to acknowledge your humanity, to accept your imperfections, and to move forward with grace and resilience. Keep in mind that personal growth is not a one-size-fits-all path. What courage and fulfillment mean to you may look very different from someone else's journey, and that's perfectly okay. Embrace your individuality and trust that your unique path is unfolding exactly as it should. Avoid comparing yourself to others, as each person's journey is shaped by their own experiences, values, and dreams. Focus on what feels right for you, knowing that fulfillment is personal and deeply individual. Trust your intuition, honor your own pace, and remember that your journey is uniquely yours. As you continue to live a courageous life, you may notice that your values, goals, and priorities evolve over time. This is a sign of growth and self-awareness. Stay open to change and be willing to redefine your vision as you gain new insights. Life will continue to bring new opportunities, challenges, and experiences that shape who you are. Embrace this evolution with an open heart, knowing that each stage of life offers new ways to experience courage and fulfillment. Allow yourself to grow, change, and adapt without feeling confined to any fixed identity or expectation. A life of courage and fulfillment also invites you to give back and share your growth with others. The journey toward overcoming fear and living authentically is deeply personal, yet the impact of your transformation extends far beyond yourself. When you live with courage, you inspire others to do the same. When you face challenges openly and embrace authenticity, you empower others to step into their own truth. Consider ways you might support or uplift those around you, whether by sharing your story, offering encouragement, or simply being a positive presence in their lives. Your journey becomes part of a larger movement, contributing to a world where more people can live freely and fearlessly. Finally, embrace the mystery and wonder of life. Not everything can be planned or predicted, and that's part of what makes life beautiful. By releasing the need for total control, you allow life's natural flow to unfold. Trust that everything you experience has a purpose, even if it's not immediately clear. Embracing life's unpredictability invites a sense of adventure, turning each day into an opportunity for discovery. When you live with openness, you find beauty in unexpected places and meaning in even the smallest moments. As you move forward, carry with you the knowledge that you are capable of facing any fear, overcoming any challenge, and creating a life that reflects your deepest truths. Every day, you have the power to choose courage, to live authentically, and to seek fulfillment in the present. The journey of courage and fulfillment is one of continual growth, where each choice you make shapes the life you're building. Thank you for embarking on this journey to create a life free from fear, full of purpose, and rich in authenticity. May you continue to walk this path with courage, with gratitude, and with an unwavering commitment to being your true self. Let each day be a testament to your resilience, each experience a step toward greater fulfillment, and each moment an opportunity to live fully and freely. This is your life. Embrace it wholeheartedly and live it fearlessly. Chapter 11. Nurturing Inner Peace Amidst Life's Challenges. As you continue on the path of courage, fulfillment, and authenticity, one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is inner peace. Inner peace is the steady, quiet strength within that remains resilient even when life's storms rage around you. It is the calm confidence that you can handle whatever comes without letting fear or external chaos disturb your inner equilibrium. Nurturing this peace is essential in sustaining a fearless, purposeful life, especially when faced with unexpected challenges. Inner peace begins with acceptance. Life, as we know, is unpredictable and often doesn't unfold according to our plans. Instead of resisting or resenting this unpredictability, cultivate an attitude of acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity or giving up. It means choosing to face each situation with a calm mind, understanding that some things are beyond our control. By accepting circumstances as they are, rather than how we wish them to be, we conserve our energy and focus on what we can actually influence. This shift in mindset invites a sense of peace, enabling us to respond to life's challenges with grace and resilience. To nurture inner peace, practice detachment from external outcomes. So much of our inner turmoil comes from attaching our happiness or self-worth to specific results, whether in our relationships, careers, or personal goals. Detachment doesn't mean a lack of care. Rather, it means allowing yourself to remain centered regardless of how situations unfold. When we practice detachment, we free ourselves from the fear of disappointment and the pressure of perfection. We can still pursue our dreams wholeheartedly, but we do so with the understanding that our worth and happiness are not defined by any single outcome. This mindset fosters an inner calm, empowering us to face life's ups and downs without losing ourselves. Another essential aspect of inner peace is self-forgiveness. Often, we are our harshest critics, holding on to guilt or regret over past mistakes. But peace cannot coexist with self-judgment. To sustain inner calm, we must practice self-compassion and forgive ourselves for any missteps. Remember, each mistake is a part of your learning journey, shaping the person you're becoming. Release the past with kindness, knowing that you are growing and evolving. By letting go of self-blame, you create space for inner peace to thrive, allowing yourself to move forward with a lighter heart. A powerful way to cultivate inner peace is by simplifying your life. In a world filled with constant stimulation and demands, peace can be elusive. Simplify by prioritizing what truly matters, letting go of unnecessary obligations, and carving out moments of quiet in your day. Create boundaries to protect your time and energy, giving yourself permission to say no when needed. When we reduce the clutter, both physical and mental, we make room for peace to flourish. This simplicity allows you to connect more deeply with yourself, fostering an inner calm that remains steady even in busy or challenging times. Developing a daily practice of mindfulness further supports inner peace. Mindfulness brings you into the present moment, allowing you to experience life without getting swept up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. When you're fully present, fear has little room to linger. By focusing on the here and now, you cultivate an appreciation for life as it is, which naturally enhances peace. Set aside a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply observing your surroundings. This practice strengthens your ability to find peace within, no matter what's happening outside. Inner peace is also nurtured by practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, inviting a sense of contentment. When we regularly reflect on the blessings in our lives, we become more grounded, resilient, and at ease. Gratitude helps us see beyond temporary challenges, reminding us that there is always something to appreciate. Start a gratitude journal, listing 3 things each day that you're thankful for. This simple practice brings a sense of calm and fulfillment, fostering peace that withstands life's uncertainties. Nurture inner peace by connecting with a greater sense of purpose. When we have a purpose that goes beyond ourselves, we gain perspective and find deeper meaning in our experiences. A sense of purpose gives us strength during tough times, helping us see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats. Reflect on what brings meaning to your life, whether it's helping others, creating something meaningful, or contributing to a cause you believe in. By aligning your actions with your purpose, you create a life where peace is a natural byproduct of living with intention. As you journey forward, remember that inner peace is a practice, not a destination. Some days it will come easily, while other days may require more patience and self-compassion. The key is to commit to nurturing peace consistently, understanding that it is the foundation of a courageous and fulfilling life. Embrace each moment of calm, each act of acceptance, and each step toward a simpler, more centered way of living. With time, you'll find that inner peace becomes a source of strength, allowing you to face life with unwavering resilience and joy. In nurturing inner peace, you are choosing to live from a place of strength rather than fear. You're building a life where calmness is your response to chaos, where self-forgiveness replaces self-doubt, and where simplicity creates space for fulfillment. This peace is your anchor, a steady presence within that no external circumstance can shake. As you continue to walk this path, may you find peace in each step, joy in each moment, and courage in every choice. Chapter 12. The Legacy of a Fearless Life. As you reach the end of this journey, take a moment to reflect on the profound impact of choosing to live a life beyond fear. A life lived with courage, authenticity, and inner peace is not only fulfilling for you, but also leaves a lasting legacy in the world. The choices you make, the way you carry yourself, and the values you uphold become part of your personal legacy, a legacy that inspires others, transcends generations, and impacts lives beyond your own. In this final chapter, we'll explore what it means to leave a legacy of fearlessness and how you can continue to influence others through the example you set. Leaving a legacy of fearlessness begins with embodying authenticity. When you live true to who you are, you empower others to do the same. Every time you choose to be authentic, to express your thoughts openly, or to pursue your unique passions, you show those around you what it means to live without fear of judgment. Your authenticity invites others to honor their true selves, creating a ripple effect of self-acceptance and courage. Remember, your actions speak louder than words. Simply being who you are can inspire others to embrace their own truth. A legacy of fearlessness also involves kindness and compassion. When we let go of fear, we naturally become more open-hearted and empathetic toward others. Acts of kindness, especially those offered without expectation, are a profound expression of fearlessness. They show that we're willing to reach out, connect, and give, regardless of how we might be perceived. By practicing compassion, you create a legacy of positivity and empathy, showing others that a life free from fear is one that embraces love, connection, and unity. Living fearlessly also means embracing the courage to take risks and pursue dreams. A person who dares to follow their passions or build something meaningful leaves a powerful legacy. Think of the people who have inspired you. Their courage to create, innovate, or overcome obstacles likely motivated you to believe in your own potential. By pursuing your dreams, even if the journey is challenging, you show others that they too can go after what they truly desire. Your commitment to growth and courage becomes an invitation for others to explore their own capabilities and aspirations. Another critical part of a fearless legacy is resilience. Life will bring challenges, but how you respond to these moments has a lasting impact on those who witness it. When you face adversity with resilience, you demonstrate the power of not giving up, of finding strength in difficult times, and of remaining steadfast in your values. Your resilience becomes a beacon for others, a reminder that hardships are temporary and that perseverance leads to growth and transformation. Through resilience, you leave behind a message of hope that can inspire others to rise above their own challenges. A legacy of fearlessness also involves sharing your wisdom. Throughout this journey, you've gathered insights, learned valuable lessons, and grown in ways that are unique to your experiences. By sharing what you've learned with others, whether through conversations, mentorship, creative expression, or simply by being a positive example, you pass on the knowledge that has enriched your life. You give others the tools to overcome their fears, to believe in themselves, and to pursue their dreams. This act of sharing is an invaluable gift, allowing your legacy to extend far beyond your own lifetime. Remember, a legacy is built not by grand gestures, but by everyday actions. The courage to speak your truth, the choice to offer kindness, the willingness to face your fears, these small acts accumulate to form a life that radiates strength, integrity, and compassion. By making choices aligned with your values, you build a life that others will remember and that you can be proud of. Each day, Each choice, each interaction contributes to the legacy of a life well lived. Creating a legacy of fearlessness allows you to leave the world better than you found it. By choosing to live without fear, you contribute to a world where others feel safe to be themselves, to love deeply, to connect openly, and to pursue their dreams. Your courage becomes part of a collective movement toward authenticity, compassion, and inner peace. A world where fear holds less power and love has the freedom to grow. This is the ultimate gift, the lasting impact of a fearless life. As you close this chapter, know that the journey of fearlessness doesn't end here. Each day presents a new opportunity to live with courage, to deepen your authenticity, and to nurture your inner peace. Remember that your life has the power to inspire, uplift, and empower others. By embracing a life beyond fear, you are leaving a legacy that will continue to touch hearts and shape lives long after you've moved on. Let this be your gift to the world, a legacy of fearless living that encourages others to live fully, love boldly, and leave their own meaningful mark. This is your life, and this is your legacy. Embrace it with joy, gratitude, and the unwavering belief that every act of courage, no matter how small, matters. May you live each day with purpose, guided by the knowledge that the fearless life you lead today becomes the legacy that inspires tomorrow. Chapter 13. Finding Meaning in the Journey. As we reach the end of this journey, take a moment to appreciate all that you've discovered, experienced, and grown through. Each chapter has guided you to unlock courage, let go of fear, and live in alignment with your true self. But the essence of this journey is not just in reaching milestones or overcoming fear. It's about finding meaning in each moment, embracing the beauty of the process, and recognizing that every step has value in shaping who you are becoming. Life is often seen as a series of destinations, goals achieved, problems solved, ambitions reached. But true meaning doesn't reside solely in these destinations. It's found within the journey itself. The challenges you've faced, the fears you've confronted, and the self-discoveries you've made have all been vital parts of your story. Each step, whether smooth or difficult, has brought you closer to the authentic, courageous self you are now. Embracing this journey as a meaningful process rather than a checklist of goals allows you to live with greater presence, appreciation, and fulfillment. Finding meaning in the journey means cultivating a sense of curiosity and openness. Often, we're so focused on the outcome that we forget to explore and savor the process itself. When you approach life with curiosity, each experience becomes an opportunity for learning, growth, and self-discovery. Instead of asking, "How long until I reach my goal?" consider asking, "What am I learning from this part of my journey?" or "How is this experience helping me grow?" By reframing each experience as meaningful, you allow yourself to appreciate the value of every moment. An essential part of finding meaning in the journey is practicing gratitude. Gratitude enables us to see beyond challenges and recognize the blessings that accompany every step. It shifts our focus from what is lacking to what we have, inviting us to experience joy and fulfillment here and now. When you practice gratitude regularly, you cultivate a mindset that sees life's journey as inherently valuable. Take time each day to reflect on the gifts in your life, lessons learned, moments of joy, acts of kindness, or even the strength that comes from overcoming adversity. Gratitude allows you to see life through the lens of abundance and purpose, making each moment more meaningful. Finding meaning also involves embracing the idea that life is not a straight line. Every journey has twists, turns, and unexpected changes. Often, what we think of as setbacks or detours are actually opportunities for growth. Some of the most valuable lessons and the deepest connections are formed in times of uncertainty or change. When you accept that the path may look different from what you envisioned, you free yourself from the pressure to control every aspect of your journey. You begin to see that meaning is found not just in reaching a destination, but in embracing the richness of each twist and turn along the way. A meaningful journey also encourages us to live with intentionality. When you approach life with intention, you create a life that aligns with your values and desires, regardless of external circumstances. Living intentionally means making conscious choices about how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and what goals you pursue. It's about choosing to live in a way that feels true to you, rather than merely following the expectations of others. By infusing your journey with intention, you create a life that is both fulfilling and uniquely yours. Finding meaning in the journey requires us to honor both our successes and our struggles. Often we celebrate the high points and achievements while overlooking the resilience, patience, and strength we've shown in difficult times. Every challenge you've faced has contributed to the person you are becoming. Embrace each moment as part of your journey, and remember that your struggles hold as much value as your successes. When we honor our whole journey, the highs and the lows, we create a life that is richer, deeper, and more meaningful. Finding meaning in the journey encourages us to stay present. The future is unknown, and the past cannot be changed, but the present is where life happens. When we are fully present, we experience life with clarity and purpose, finding fulfillment in the here and now. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply being fully engaged in daily activities, helps us remain grounded in the present. The more we stay present, the more we connect with the meaningful moments happening around us and within us. As you continue forward, remember that life is not only about what you accomplish, but about how you experience it. Each day brings an opportunity to discover, to grow, and to create memories that bring richness to your journey. Embrace each moment as meaningful, knowing that everything you encounter, each success, each challenge, each relationship, adds to the beautiful, unique story of your life. Let this journey be one of purpose, of joy, and of meaningful moments that enrich your heart and soul. In choosing to live with courage, authenticity, and gratitude, you are creating a life that not only reflects your deepest values, but also leaves a lasting impact on the world around you. May you find beauty in each step, fulfillment in each choice, and meaning in every part of your journey. Chapter 14. A Life of Purpose and Legacy. As you reach the end of this journey, you are equipped not only with a fearless mindset, but with the tools to live a life filled with purpose and impact. A life lived with intention and courage is one that inevitably leaves a legacy, a lasting influence on those around you, and perhaps even on generations to come. Living a life of purpose isn't about grand gestures or lofty achievements. It's about making each day meaningful and leaving a positive mark through the values you uphold, the choices you make, and the way you uplift others. Purpose is the compass that guides each decision, action, and interaction. It's what makes your life uniquely yours and brings meaning to every day. When you live with purpose, you create a life that reflects your highest values, passions, and ideals. Purpose doesn't have to be a single grand mission. It can be found in the everyday choices that align with your true self, whether that means being a supportive friend, an inspiring leader, a nurturing parent, or a compassionate neighbor. Purpose is personal, and when it is woven into your life, it naturally creates a legacy. To live a purposeful life, begin by embracing your values wholeheartedly. What are the principles that resonate most deeply with you? Perhaps it's kindness, honesty, creativity, or generosity. Let these values serve as the foundation of your life, guiding your choices and shaping your interactions. When you live according to your values, you build a life that not only feels fulfilling, but also resonates with others. People are drawn to those who live authentically, and by embodying your values, you inspire others to explore and live by their own. A purposeful life also means having the courage to make a difference, no matter how small. Often we think of leaving a legacy as something reserved for those who achieve fame or recognition. But legacies are created through countless small acts of kindness, integrity, and resilience. Each time you support someone, encourage them, or help them overcome a challenge, you contribute to their lives in ways that may ripple outward in ways you never know. Even the smallest acts can have a profound impact, building a legacy rooted in compassion, generosity, and positive influence. Living with purpose also requires resilience and dedication. Purposeful living is not always easy. Challenges will arise, and there will be times when it feels easier to follow the crowd or take the path of least resistance. However, when you remain committed to your purpose, you become a source of strength and inspiration. People will see your perseverance and be encouraged to stay true to their own paths. Your resilience becomes part of your legacy, a testament to the power of living with intention and integrity. Another essential part of a purposeful life is cultivating a sense of gratitude and humility. A life of purpose is not about elevating oneself, but about uplifting others and contributing to something greater than ourselves. Gratitude reminds us that each day is a gift and that we have the power to make a difference, however small. By remaining humble and grateful, we connect with others on a deeper level, valuing their contributions and seeing the worth in each person we meet. This approach to life leaves a legacy of kindness and unity, making the world a little brighter. Leaving a legacy also means sharing your wisdom and experiences with others. Throughout your journey, you've gained insights and learned valuable lessons that can benefit those around you. Take the time to mentor, teach, or simply share what you've learned with others. Whether through storytelling, writing, teaching, or even informal conversations, sharing your journey helps others learn, grow, and overcome their own challenges. Your life becomes a guiding light for others, offering encouragement and hope. Each story, lesson, or word of support you offer adds to a legacy that inspires long after you're gone. As you continue to live a life of purpose, recognize the impact of your presence. Your legacy isn't just about what you do, it's also about how you make people feel and the energy you bring to each moment. People remember those who make them feel valued, heard, and uplifted. By being fully present and compassionate in your interactions, you create a lasting impression that lives on in the hearts of others. This simple yet profound presence is one of the most beautiful legacies you can leave. A life of purpose is a life well lived, a life that reflects your truth, uplifts others, and contributes to the world in meaningful ways. Let this journey be one of continued growth, compassion, and courage, knowing that each day offers you the chance to live with purpose and leave a legacy that will inspire others to do the same. Remember that your legacy is not defined by material achievements, but by the impact you have on the people and world around you. It is built through love, resilience, integrity, and a commitment to living authentically. As you move forward, carry with you the intention to live fully, love deeply, and leave a positive impact. Let each action, no matter how small, be infused with purpose. Trust that the journey you've chosen, to live courageously and authentically, is the greatest gift you can offer the world. This is your legacy, a life of purpose, a heart full of gratitude, and a spirit that inspires others to find courage within themselves. May you walk this path with joy, fulfillment, and the knowledge that your life makes a difference. Chapter 15. Embracing Wholeness and Connection. As we reach the final chapter of this journey, consider what it means to live with a deep sense of wholeness and connection to yourself, others, and the world around you. A life lived in wholeness is one where you embrace every part of yourself, your strengths and vulnerabilities, triumphs and setbacks, passions and doubts. This acceptance cultivates a sense of completeness that gives you the courage to connect authentically with others. Living with wholeness and connection is the culmination of everything we've explored: courage, peace, purpose, and legacy. Embracing wholeness starts with self-acceptance. Throughout life, it's easy to fall into the habit of thinking that only certain parts of ourselves are worthy of love and acceptance. But living as a whole person means recognizing that each aspect of you contributes to the beautiful complexity of your humanity. Your moments of vulnerability teach you empathy. Your strengths drive you forward. Your doubts inspire self-reflection. When you accept yourself fully, you release the need to hide or change parts of who you are. This deep self-acceptance gives you the confidence to live authentically and connect more openly with others. Wholeness also means honoring your journey. Every experience, lesson, success, and setback has played a role in shaping the person you are today. When we embrace our full journey, we understand that each chapter, no matter how challenging or joyful, has brought us growth, insight, and strength. Take a moment to reflect on your journey, appreciating each step and recognizing that wholeness is not about perfection, but about honoring the fullness of your life. Living with this perspective invites a sense of peace and gratitude, allowing you to feel whole and grounded in your experiences. Living in wholeness naturally invites deeper connection with others. When you accept yourself fully, you can approach relationships with openness, authenticity, and compassion. True connection comes from vulnerability, the willingness to share who you are without fear. As you cultivate self-acceptance, you become more open to connecting with others from a place of genuine care and respect. These connections deepen the meaning of your life, bringing love, support, and joy. Each time you connect authentically, you strengthen your sense of belonging and contribute to a world where others feel safe to be themselves. A life of connection also means recognizing our shared humanity. Although each person's journey is unique, we all share universal experiences of joy, fear, love, and loss. By acknowledging this common ground, we cultivate empathy and compassion, allowing us to see others with understanding rather than judgment. Living with a sense of shared humanity reminds us that we're all interconnected. Our choices, actions, and words affect not only ourselves but also those around us. This awareness inspires kindness, humility, and a commitment to uplifting others, knowing that we all walk this path of life together. To fully embrace wholeness and connection, Practice the art of presence. In our busy, fast-paced lives, it's easy to become distracted or detached. But true connection to yourself, to others, and to the present moment requires mindfulness. Take time to slow down, to be fully present with the people you care about, and to engage in activities that nourish your spirit. When you're present, you experience life in its richness and depth, creating memories and bonds that last. Presence allows you to appreciate the small, beautiful moments that make up a meaningful life, connecting you more deeply to your purpose and to those around you. Living with wholeness and connection also involves contributing to something greater than yourself, whether through acts of kindness, creative pursuits, volunteering, or simply supporting those in need. Your contributions create a ripple effect that impacts the world. When you live with a sense of connection to others, you realize that your life has the power to uplift, heal, and inspire. This sense of purpose deepens your experience of wholeness, bringing fulfillment that transcends personal achievements and touches the lives of others. As you move forward, remember that wholeness and connection are not destinations, but ongoing practices. Each day is an opportunity to embrace yourself more fully, to connect more deeply with others, and to live with greater compassion and awareness. Allow yourself to live with an open heart, embracing both the joys and the challenges of life. By doing so, you create a life that reflects the essence of who you truly are. A life that celebrates both individuality and unity, both courage and compassion. Let this final chapter remind you that living with wholeness and connection is a gift, both to yourself and to the world. Embrace the fullness of who you are, find joy in your connections, and know that each moment of openness and presence adds to the legacy of a life well lived. May your journey continue to be one of discovery, love, and profound connection, a journey that leaves a lasting impact on everyone you encounter. In this way, you carry forward the essence of a fearless life, one rooted in wholeness and devoted to meaningful connection. Thank you for embarking on this journey toward courage, authenticity, and connection. May you walk forward with a heart open to all of life's experiences, a spirit grounded in peace, and a life filled with purpose, joy, and love. This is your journey, your story, and your legacy. Embrace it with wholeness, and may each day bring you closer to the fullness of life. Chapter 16. Walking the Path with Grace and Gratitude. As you reach the final pages of this journey, you are invited to step into a life marked by grace and gratitude. To walk this path with grace is to move through life with dignity, humility, and compassion, for yourself and for others. To walk with gratitude is to see each day as a gift, appreciating the beauty of life's unfolding moments and honoring the lessons, connections, and growth along the way. Grace and gratitude are companions on the path to fulfillment, guiding you to live with a deep sense of peace, purpose, and joy. Living with grace means navigating life's twists and turns with poise and resilience. Grace reminds us that challenges and setbacks are not burdens, but opportunities for growth and wisdom. It calls on us to respond to life's difficulties with calm and strength, trusting that we can handle whatever comes our way. When you walk with grace, you accept life's imperfections, yours included, and remain open to learning and evolving. Grace allows you to embrace both your vulnerabilities and your strengths, living authentically and free from the pressure of perfection. To live gracefully is also to cultivate humility. Humility doesn't mean downplaying your accomplishments or worth. Rather, it's a recognition that we are all interconnected, each of us valuable, yet also part of a larger whole. Humility allows you to honor the contributions of others and approach life with a sense of wonder. It reminds you that you don't need to have all the answers or control every outcome to live a meaningful life. When you practice humility, you foster an inner peace that strengthens your relationships, deepens your wisdom, and invites collaboration and support from those around you. Gratitude is the key that unlocks joy in life. When we live with gratitude, we focus not on what we lack, but on what we have. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more success, more approval, more certainty. But gratitude shifts our focus to the abundance already present, helping us see that our lives are filled with blessings, both big and small. Living with gratitude invites us to savor each moment, to be present, and to appreciate life as it is, rather than always longing for what could be. A simple way to cultivate gratitude is through daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to acknowledge the things you are grateful for. It could be a meaningful conversation, a moment of laughter, a challenge you overcame, or simply the opportunity to experience another day. This practice of gratitude shifts your mindset, creating a wellspring of positivity and resilience within. When gratitude becomes a habit, life's challenges feel lighter, and each day feels richer. Walking this path with grace and gratitude also deepens your relationships. When you live with a grateful heart, you naturally express appreciation for those around you, strengthening the bonds that bring joy and meaning to life. Grace allows you to approach others with empathy and understanding, while gratitude allows you to cherish the love and support you receive. Together, they create a foundation for relationships built on mutual respect, kindness, and presence. The more we live in gratitude and grace, the more we inspire those around us to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positivity and connection. In a world that can sometimes feel hurried and overwhelming, grace and gratitude help us to slow down and find peace. They remind us to let go of what we can't control, to focus on what truly matters, and to live each day with intention. Life is a precious journey, and by embracing grace and gratitude, you honor that journey fully. These practices encourage you to stay grounded, to weather storms with courage, and to appreciate the beauty in every step, regardless of the destination. As you move forward, remember that grace and gratitude are choices you can make each day. They are practices that deepen over time, shaping a life that radiates inner peace and contentment. Walk with grace when faced with challenges, and let gratitude fill your heart each time you encounter joy. Together, they create a life marked by fulfillment, resilience, and unwavering peace. A life where you are both rooted in the present and open to the possibilities of tomorrow. This is the legacy of a life well lived. One where you face life's ups and downs with grace, cherish each moment with gratitude, and leave a lasting impact through the love, kindness, and wisdom you share. Carry these gifts with you as you continue your journey, knowing that a life of grace and gratitude is one that touches all those around you. May you walk forward with an open heart, a spirit grounded in peace, and a soul filled with appreciation for the beauty of your unique path. Thank you for walking this journey toward fearlessness, fulfillment, and connection. May grace and gratitude guide your steps, bringing you joy, purpose, and a profound sense of peace. As you live with grace, may you find strength in each challenge. As you live with gratitude, may you find beauty in each moment. This is your journey, a journey of courage, love, and authenticity. Embrace it fully, live it boldly, and let it be filled with boundless grace and gratitude. Chapter 17. Embracing the Unknown with Confidence. As we conclude this journey, let us turn to one of life's greatest challenges and most profound opportunities: embracing the unknown. Life is filled with uncertainties, twists and turns that cannot be predicted or controlled. Yet, within this unknown lies the potential for growth, discovery, and transformation. Embracing the unknown with confidence is a skill that allows us to approach the future not with fear, but with curiosity and openness. It is the final piece of living a life rooted in courage, purpose, and authenticity. Our natural tendency is often to seek security in the familiar. The unknown can feel daunting because it takes us out of our comfort zones and forces us to confront our vulnerabilities. But by learning to embrace uncertainty, we open ourselves to experiences, opportunities, and relationships that we might never have imagined. Instead of seeing the unknown as a source of fear, consider it a blank canvas, a space where you can create, grow, and explore in ways that are truly your own. To face the unknown with confidence, cultivate a mindset of curiosity. Curiosity encourages us to view each experience as an opportunity to learn, rather than something to fear. When we are curious, we are more willing to take risks, to ask questions, and to explore new possibilities. Think of a time when you tried something new or ventured into unfamiliar territory. How did it make you feel? What did you discover? By approaching the unknown with curiosity, you invite a sense of wonder into your life, transforming uncertainty into an exciting adventure. Another powerful way to embrace the unknown is to practice flexibility and adaptability. Life rarely follows a straight line, and the more adaptable we are, the easier it becomes to navigate changes. Flexibility is not about abandoning your goals or values, but about being open to new paths and perspectives. When you encounter unexpected obstacles or shifts, remind yourself that you have the strength and resourcefulness to adapt. Each time you respond to change with flexibility, you reinforce your confidence and resilience, making the unknown feel less intimidating. Trust in yourself is also essential to facing the unknown with confidence. Remind yourself of the challenges you've already overcome, the fears you've conquered, and the strengths you've developed. This self-trust is a powerful foundation that enables you to face uncertainty with assurance, knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Each time you choose to trust in yourself rather than doubt, you become more empowered to walk forward with confidence, even when the path is unclear. Learning to embrace the unknown also means letting go of the need for control. Often, our anxiety about the future stems from a desire to predict or manage every outcome. However, life is inherently unpredictable, and attempting to control it only creates tension and fear. By letting go of control, you free yourself to experience life as it unfolds. Instead of trying to force events to go a certain way, practice releasing your expectations and being open to new outcomes. This surrender is not about passivity, but about trusting in life's natural flow, knowing that each experience has something valuable to offer. Gratitude is another powerful ally in embracing the unknown. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we strengthen our sense of inner stability. Gratitude grounds us in the present, reminding us of the blessings we already have. This sense of abundance allows us to face the future with a calm mind and an open heart. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you are thankful for. By cultivating gratitude, you create a foundation of contentment that makes it easier to handle the uncertainties that come your way. Embracing the unknown also requires courage, the courage to move forward even when the path is uncertain, and the willingness to take risks without knowing the outcome. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, it means acting in spite of it. Each step into the unknown is a victory over fear, a testament to your strength and resilience. With each act of courage, you gain confidence, proving to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever lies ahead. Remember, courage is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. As you embrace the unknown, remember that each moment of uncertainty is an invitation to grow. Challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities for self-discovery and personal evolution. When you encounter the unknown, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this experience help me grow? By viewing life's uncertainties as part of a larger journey of self-discovery, you transform fear into curiosity, resistance into acceptance, and anxiety into excitement. As you walk forward into the unknown, know that you are never alone. Surround yourself with a supportive community, friends, family, mentors, who encourage you to take risks, pursue your dreams, and trust in yourself. Lean on them when you need support, and offer your own encouragement in return. Together, you can face life's uncertainties with strength, courage, and resilience, knowing that the unknown is a shared experience and a universal part of being human. Embracing the unknown with confidence is a powerful act of self-liberation. It frees you to live a life of purpose and authenticity, unbound by the limitations of fear or the need for certainty. Let this final chapter remind you that the unknown is not something to avoid, but something to embrace. In the end, it is in these moments of uncertainty that we often find our greatest strengths, our deepest connections, and our truest selves. As you close this book, may you walk forward with a spirit of confidence, curiosity, and courage. Trust that you have everything you need within you to navigate whatever lies ahead. Embrace each new chapter with an open heart, knowing that life's mysteries are part of what make it beautiful. This is your journey, and every step, whether familiar or unknown, brings you closer to a life of fulfillment, growth, and boundless possibility. Embrace the unknown, for it is here that life's greatest adventures await. Chapter 18. Celebrating the journey and looking ahead. As you reach the final chapter, take a moment to celebrate the journey you've undertaken. This journey has been filled with exploration, introspection, growth, and courage. You've faced fears, learned new perspectives, embraced authenticity, and cultivated resilience. Each step has brought you closer to living a life of purpose, peace, and self-fulfillment. This chapter is a reminder to honor how far you've come, to celebrate each accomplishment, and to look ahead with hope and enthusiasm. Celebrating the journey means recognizing the strength, dedication, and openness it took to get here. The act of self-discovery and personal transformation is no small feat. You have chosen to confront fears, embrace change, and live in alignment with your true self. These are courageous choices, and each one is a testament to your commitment to personal growth and fulfillment. Take a moment to appreciate yourself, to feel pride in your accomplishments, and to acknowledge the strength you've cultivated along the way. Reflection is a powerful way to celebrate this journey. Think back on the moments when you felt most empowered, when you discovered something new about yourself, or when you made a breakthrough that changed your perspective. Reflect on the fears you've overcome, the challenges you've faced, and the growth you've experienced. This process of reflection reinforces the progress you've made and allows you to see how far you've come. Each reflection is a celebration of the journey, a reminder that every experience, positive or challenging, has added depth, wisdom, and resilience to your life. Looking ahead, consider the possibilities that await. With each step forward, you carry with you the lessons you've learned, the insights you've gained, and the strength you've developed. While no one can predict the future, you now have the tools to face whatever comes with confidence and grace. Let this journey be a foundation for the life you continue to build. A life that honors your values, embraces your potential, and allows you to live each day with purpose and joy. As you move forward, continue to set intentions that align with your true self. Setting intentions keeps you grounded in what matters most, helping you make choices that reflect your values and aspirations. Intentions give direction to your journey, encouraging you to pursue goals that feel meaningful and fulfilling. Whether it's deepening relationships, pursuing a passion, or contributing to your community, let your intentions guide you toward a life that feels authentic and purposeful. Another way to look ahead is to cultivate a mindset of lifelong growth. This journey doesn't end here. It's a continuous process of learning, evolving, and expanding. Embrace the idea that growth is ongoing and remain open to new experiences, insights, and self-discoveries. Each new phase of life will bring its own opportunities for learning and growth. Approach these moments with curiosity and a willingness to adapt, knowing that every experience adds to the richness of your journey. As you continue forward, remember the importance of nurturing your inner peace. Life will always have moments of challenge and uncertainty, but the peace you've cultivated within is a source of strength you can draw from in any situation. Make time for mindfulness, gratitude, and self-care. Prioritizing your well-being helps you stay balanced, centered, and grounded, allowing you to face life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. Celebrating this journey also means expressing gratitude for the people who have supported you along the way. Recognize the friends, family, mentors, and even strangers who have contributed to your growth. Each supportive word, listening ear, or shared experience has helped shape your journey. Gratitude strengthens these connections, reminding you that you are part of a larger web of relationships and community. By expressing appreciation, you strengthen the bonds that bring meaning and joy to your life. Finally, as you celebrate this journey, remember to be patient with yourself. Growth is not linear, and there will be moments when you feel uncertain, challenged, or even set back. That's all part of the journey. Trust that each experience, each challenge, and each triumph is guiding you toward a life of wholeness, courage, and fulfillment. Honor each step, knowing that your journey is uniquely yours and that every part of it is valuable. As you close this chapter, celebrate the fact that you have chosen to embark on a journey of self-discovery, courage, and purpose. The commitment you've made to yourself is a beautiful testament to your strength and resilience. Carry this sense of celebration and gratitude with you, knowing that you have the power to shape your life, to create meaning, and to live fully. Look ahead with hope and joy, for the journey continues, filled with endless possibilities and opportunities to grow, connect, and thrive. Thank you for choosing to walk this path with an open heart and an unwavering commitment to self-discovery. May you continue forward with a spirit of celebration, gratitude, and confidence, knowing that you have the tools, the courage, and the wisdom to embrace life fully. The journey is yours, celebrate it, honor it, and let it lead you to a life of boundless fulfillment. As we conclude this journey together, take a moment to recognize the courage it takes to choose a life beyond fear. You've explored a path that is not just about reaching destinations, but about embracing the journey itself, living with purpose, inner peace, self-acceptance and connection. This journey is about allowing yourself to be fully present, grounded in gratitude, resilient in the face of challenges, and open to the unknown. Choosing to live fearlessly does not mean you will never feel fear. Fear may still arise, especially in times of change or uncertainty, but you now hold the tools to understand, face, and move beyond it. You've learned that fear does not define you. Instead, it's your courage, your values, and the choices you make that shape your life. Embracing this mindset gives you the freedom to live authentically, guided by your own truth, rather than the expectations or judgments of others. Living fearlessly is an ongoing journey. Each day presents new opportunities to practice self-compassion, to deepen your connections with others, and to cultivate gratitude. Let this book serve as a reminder that you're capable, resilient, and worthy of a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. Remember that each step you take, whether bold or small, is a meaningful part of your journey, helping you grow and discover more of who you truly are. As you walk forward, carry with you the confidence to face whatever comes with grace and courage. May your life be one of authenticity, kindness, and purpose, a life that not only fulfills your dreams, but inspires those around you. Embrace each day with gratitude for the opportunity to live fearlessly, to love deeply, and to leave a legacy that reflects the unique and beautiful person you are. Thank you for embarking on this journey. May your path continue to be one of growth, joy, and endless possibility. Live fearlessly, and let your life be the greatest adventure of all.